Hi, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about friendship. So first, I want you to think about this. What would you ask an old friend you haven't seen in a while? Now with COVID, we haven't seen our friends as much as we would like to. So what is something that you would like to ask them? Think about this before class so we can share. Now, let's listen and read. Last week, I found a school friend on Facebook. We hadn't spoken since we left school, so we had a lot to talk about. She had been working on her own business before COVID 19, but she had to find a job since the business wasn't doing so well. She told me she likes her new job and that she has made some new friends. She has been thinking on how to get her business back on its feet once the restrictions are lifted. Now, we are planning a Zoom meeting with other classmates soon. Okay, so let's continue. Now, today we're going to be talking about a lot of tenses: simple present, present progressive, present perfect, present perfect progressive, simple past, past progressive, past perfect, and past perfect progressive. So let's continue. Please read the sentences. Use simple present to talk about, and I have an example here. She likes her new job. How should I use simple present? Let's look at the options. A. An action that is in progress in the present. B. An action that happened in the past. C. A finished or unfinished action that started in the past and is connected to the present. D. An action that was in progress before another past event. E. An action that is true, habits, and routines. F. An action that was in progress in the past, possibly interrupted. G. An unfinished action that started in the past and is still true. H. An action that happened before another past event. How do we use simple present? Exactly. If you remember, when we use simple present, we're talking about an action that is true, possibly a habit or routine. So this will be letter E. And let's also remember that with simple present, we're using the base form of the verb for the plural subjects, we, you, they, and also for I. But when we have singular subjects, such as he, she, or it, we're going to usually add an S or an ES at the end of the verb. Now let's talk about present progressive. We use it to talk about. Please pause the video while you think about this. That's right, we use present progressive to talk about an action that is in progress in the present. The example here says, we are planning a Zoom meeting with other classmates. Remember, to make a present progressive sentence, we need verb to be, am, is, are, and our verb in progressive form with ing. Let's continue. Now, how do we use present perfect and present perfect progressive? Please pause the video while you try to match. Okay, let's see. Use present perfect to talk about a finished or unfinished action that started in the past and is connected to the present. It has to have a connection you can see. For example, she has made some new friends. This is an action that started in the past, but of course, the friends continue to be her friends right now. And of course, we don't know if this action is finished or if it is unfinished. To make a present perfect sentence, we need to use our auxiliary have or has and the past participle of our verb. Now, we use present perfect progressive to talk about an unfinished action that started in the past and is still true. Look at the example. She has been thinking on how to get her business back on its feet once the restrictions are lifted. This is an action that has not finished, right? It is still true to the present. And again, our auxiliary is have or has. Here we're going to be using been in the participle form and of course our verb with ing. Now, how do we use simple past and past progressive? Please pause the video while you think about this. Okay, let's go ahead and check. we use the simple past to talk about an action that happened that finished in the past. For example, last week I found a school friend on Facebook. This is an action that happened only once and it's already finished. Remember here, when we have regular verbs, we're going to be adding ed to the end of the verb, sometimes only the d. But if it is an irregular verb, the simple past form is completely different, right? How do we use past progressive? Well, we use it to talk about an action that was in progress in the past and it was possibly interrupted. For example, the business wasn't doing so well. Here is an action that was in progress in the past, maybe for a month, 2 months, and it was possibly interrupted, right? Here we're using again verb to be, this time in past, was or were, and our verb with ing. Now please pause the video while you match the uses for past perfect and past perfect progressive. Let's check. We use past perfect to talk about an action that happened before another past event. For example, we hadn't spoken since we left school, right? So this is an action that happened before, or in this case, that didn't happen before another action. Here, we're going to be using our auxiliary have and our verb in past participle. And past perfect progressive is a little similar. Here, we are talking about an action that was in progress before another past event. She had been working on her own business before COVID-19, right? So here, this action was in progress and it was interrupted by another past action. Once again, our auxiliary here is have. We're using been, again, past participle, and here we're using the verb with ing. Excellent. Let's continue. Let's go to your workbook page 4 if you have it. And here we have this activity. We need to match the verb structures with the examples in the text. If you don't have your book, don't worry. Please pause the video and work on this. Then come back and check. Okay, let's go ahead and check our answers, right? So, simple present, we have number 1. I live in a small apartment in New York. Then we have number 2. I have been studying management. This is present perfect progressive. And my course has almost ended. Number 3. Present perfect simple. Very good. When I arrived. Number 4. Simple past. I have been planning to look for a job here. Number 5 is past perfect progressive. Very good. But now I am thinking of moving to Atlanta. Number 6 is present progressive. Very good. I had never wanted to live there before. Number 7 is past perfect simple. But I wasn't expecting to find New York so expensive. Number 8 is past progressive. Very good. Let's continue. Now, please pause the video while you choose the correct form of the verb to complete the text. Once you finish, come back. Okay, let's go ahead and check our answers. I just bought a really cool pair of blue sunglasses. I was walking around the mall when I saw a new designer store. I had been looking for some aviator glasses for ages, and the store was selling some very cheaply. I used to have a very similar pair. I always feel so much more comfortable when I am wearing sunglasses. Very good. Now, to finish, you need to complete the sentences using the correct form of the verbs in parentheses. Please pause the video while you work on this. Okay, guys, we're going to check this during our class, okay? This is your homework. I will see you in class. Bye-bye.